Hello and welcome to the Balance Saving Podcast. Today I'm going to do the breakdown for UFC 290's main event, Alexander the Great Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez. Um, so, this is the kind of match that majority of people have been waiting for, um, especially considering that Volkanovski has been such a dominant champion. He's defeated Max Holloway 3 times and Brian Ortega. Uh, I think this is an intriguing matchup. Yair Rodriguez brings in a different sort of challenge, but if Alexander Volkanovski wins, I think we pretty much cement the fact that Volkanovski is the greatest featherweight champion that UFC history has ever seen. I pretty much see Volkanovski leaving, guys, after this. But the main thing that Volkanovski he faces as a challenge are those body kicks, the side kicks that Yair Rodriguez presents as a challenge to him. So let's break this fight down. Volkanovski, the champion, the tail of the tape, is 34 years old. Yair Rodriguez is 30. Height is 1.68 meters for Volkanovski and 1.8 meters for Yair Rodriguez. So Yair Rodriguez obviously has a height advantage. Reach advantage shockingly goes to Volkanovski, being the shorter guy. Volkanovski is 181.6 centimeters in reach, and Yair is 180.3. So let's begin with Volkanovski's career. He's 25 and 2, and Yair Rodriguez is 16 and 3, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 16 and 3, and one no contest. So, who do you think? Who do you guys see winning? In my opinion, I think the odds-on favorite from Vegas is Volkanovski, um, and I think there's certainly no question about it. Based on his record, even though he lost his last fight to Islam Makhachev, I think we all know that Volkanovski presents such a dangerous challenge to anyone else. Yair Rodriguez has improved his ground game. If Volkanovski takes him down, it will be difficult for him. Um, but I think his triangles and his Kimura are just a level above now. So he might be able to throw that on, but his elbows from top, his 12 and 6 elbows, if he lands those on Volkanovski's head, I don't know how much damage, but it will cause a lot of damage on Volkanovski. And that technique we did see in Max Holloway against the Max Holloway fight. Volkanovski, I see him going through this whole fight without taking a lot of damage. Although, and I think those guys in Australia, I don't know what they're doing, but that whole team is cooking up something every time. That fight against Islam Makhachev was sensational. I think seeing Islam at the peak of his career facing Alexander Volkanovski, and Volkanovski, if that fight had gone longer, definitely would have won because Makhachev was tired as hell. I thought Islam Makhachev just did enough to win that fight, but Volkanovski was just there or thereabouts to win that fight. Now, Yair Rodriguez in that same event beat Josh Emmett quite decisively, no issues. The side kicks to the body, those body kicks were just horrendous. The damage that was done, it was brutal. So now when they match up, the main thing that we need to look at is what both are going to do in the first round. Volkanovski is a slow starter. He likes to take time. He is going to take some time, but he can't take that much time against Rodriguez. If Rodriguez starts to land those kicks, it might take away from the gas tank that Volkanovski has, and Volkanovski has the best gas tank in the game. Um, if you talk about Rodriguez, his best way to win this fight is trying to do something explosive right at the start and put Volkanovski in danger as soon as the fight starts in the first round. If Volkanovski goes through round two, goes past round two, I don't see Rodriguez winning this fight. Honestly, it might come. If you all remember, Rodriguez has the latest finish in UFC history against Jen Sung Jung. But Volkanovski, I think, has a better gas tank, has beaten Chen Sung Jung, and I definitely expect him to cruise past this fight. Um, I think Volkanovski will use his ground game, use ground and pound. I think Volkanovski might be able to finish Rodriguez in round four, and that is the prediction I'm going with, a round four finish for Alexander Volkanovski by knock TKO, I guess. But this fight is the most interesting one. It's about Yair Rodriguez trying to cement his legacy. It's about Mexican MMA going and taking that next step. All the confusion that Yair Rodriguez has had with Dana White at UFC and that he was axed for a moment and then he came back. It's more on Yair Rodriguez's legacy, but it's also about Alexander Volkanovski cementing his legacy. I've never been a big fan of Alexander Volkanovski, but I think what he represents is the best fighter. And if he wins this fight, and if he goes on, and what he's talking about is taking on the challenge of 155 and wins that round from Islam Makhachev, you might be talking about the greatest fighter of all time. And he might become the GOAT in MMA, which people do not understand how great this guy is. I think he still doesn't get the same amount of credit that he should. But I think in Volkanovski's case is, I think he just needs to wrap it up in this division. So if he defeats Yair Rodriguez, it's a stamp. I think he would have cleaned out the division. I don't think there is anybody else who would challenge him. The fourth fight with Max Holloway, I love Max Holloway, still blessed, but I don't see him having that fourth fight, considering that he's been in three times. I think uh, the only thing left for Volkanovski would be to move to 155. Once he moves to that 155 division, I think that is his goal. I think he will end up becoming the champion because he is the most determined person in MMA. So let's see. Do let me know below who you think is going to win the fight. For now, this is the Balance Payment Podcast, and see you next time.